Hi, I'm Ariana with Fresh Pair of Vibes. How are you guys?
Very
Very
good.
well. How are you?
Good. So the show is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Over the past 10 years that the show has been on, what has been your favorite scene to shoot?
I think
Kristin,
you have more memories than me to draw on, so I'll let you go first.
God, what's been my favorite scene to shoot? Uh, I actually don't. God, I don't know. I don't know. One that springs to mind that was funny is there's a scene in season one. I think it's episode. Well, it'll be episode 12 or 13. And Sam, Jamie, and I are fixing a cart, and we couldn't stop laughing when we were fixing it. It took us about 14 takes to try and get through. I think it's also a nice scene as well, but it's one that always comes to memory because it kind of was right back in the beginning, and it just reminds me of how much fun we had on the show. And also, it was the beginning, it was exciting, you didn't know how it was going to go down. It was the beginning of like Sam and I becoming really good friends off screen, as well as seeing Jamie and Ian be good friends on screen also.
Mm.
Yes. What
Yeah,
about you?
without revealing too much, I have quite a lot of stuff with John Bell, and pretty much from the moment I met John, I was getting a wig test, and he came in to be introduced to me, and from that moment, I felt so instantly in love with him. I felt so protective of him. I felt already like, oh, you're my boy. And so every time we had scenes together, and some of them could be quite emotionally heavy, it was so nice just looking into his face and, and feeling like, when we had the big emotional stuff, like he was right there with me, and then sometimes if we needed to like laugh and joke, and I swear a lot of the time the crew were like, oh God, it's the two of them on set today. We gotta make sure they behave. So without being too specific about a scene, just any time that it was the two of us, I had a great time.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kristen.
I had to take care of you
Okay,
the
all
whole time.
right.
Oh, you need a blanket, do you? You want to be tucked up a little bit more snug. Oh, do you want something to drink, do you? Oh, you coughing over there? All right. Yeah, it's a whole barrel of laughs filming with you, Stephen.
If you were a time traveler, would you rather visit your descendants or ancestors and why?
Interesting. Hmm. I think I would like to visit my descendants because I have a daughter. And so I think I would like to know that she's okay and how she progressed and what happened, in her adult life once I die, basically, it's all happening, isn't it?
I don't have any children myself, but I come from a long line of incredibly feisty women. And I have all these family legends through my mum, but I never knew my great grandmother, and I didn't know my grandmother very well. She was German, so there was always a language barrier. She really struggled to learn English, and so I could never ask her. But I know that she and my great grandmother had very, very difficult lives, and they had to live through a period of terror, really. And I want to meet them because I owe my life to their spirit and their fight, and the fact that they survived in a time in history and in a country where unbelievably awful things were happening, and they didn't agree with them, but they had to live under that regime anyway. So I want to meet them and hug them and thank them.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for both of you and
Great.
congrats on everything.